Hello everyone, I'm your host BlackTuna and welcome back in another video. Today we finally have the chance to talk a little bit about my experience in Archeage Unchained, because yes, I finally had the chance to play it for a couple of days, 2-3 days maximum, and I'm ready to give you some first impressions. I've seen other content creators on YouTube do the same, and I feel like they are not giving it justice, meaning they are skipping an important part of this new version of Archeage. Now, before we get started, a couple of things. First of all, this is not going to be a super long video, so rest assured. Secondly, despite what I'm going to say in a while, Archeage Unchained is actually a pretty good and very fun MMORPG experience. Now, is it the best out there? Probably not. But I've been having a very good time playing it, and this is all that matters to me. Now, where do I start from? I've played the original Archeage as soon as it launched. Like day one, I was there. I was ready to play with my assassin, or at least I wanted to be an assassin, but then I figured out that you could actually build multiple classes. And yeah, maybe I didn't stick too long to the game, mostly because it was, pay to win. It was a bit clunky, and also my PC back then couldn't handle Archeage properly. I was averaging like probably 20-25 FPS at best. So yeah, all these factors made me leave the game, but nonetheless I've been able to play it for a long time. I actually still have the first character that I've ever created in Archeage. Is level 52. It's not the best character out there, not even close. It's not competitive at all. I haven't purchased a single item in the shop, so I completely sucked at the game, but I just wanted to let you know that I played the original version of Archeage. So coming back to Archeage Unchained, I felt a little bit overwhelmed. Now, the amount of changes brought to this version of Archeage is not incredible, but they changed enough things that made me feel completely lost. So first of all, the new whole quest system is a little bit fucked up. Meaning, where have all the quests gone? I remember Archeage being an MMORPG heavily focused on quests, and now there's like a couple here and there, and mostly you just follow the main quest. There's not too many secondary objectives that you can achieve. And also these secondary quests that are few and far between, they don't really feel meaningful, meaning that they don't really give you enough experience to justify the completion, or they don't give you a reward that is good enough still to justify the time that you spent doing the quest itself. The rewards are mostly cookies, mugs of chocolate and whatever. Consumable items that you are probably never going to use in the whole game, okay? Or maybe that's just me. I don't know, I don't use consumables. And I mean, this is not a bad change by itself, but being an old Archeage player and being a generic MMORPG player, I felt a little bit weirded out by this choice. Because not only secondary quests are almost completely meaningless, but primary quests are so meaningful that you can just do those and progress to the end game in like 3 days. As I told you, I've been playing for 2-3 days maximum, and I'm already level 40. And I've not been playing consistently because I have work, I have other things to do, so I've been playing like 3-4 hours each day. And I'm already level 40 just doing primary quests and a couple of secondary quests here and there. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the fact that primary quests are more meaningful than secondary quests, and they help you progress more compared to what secondary quests do. But in the same time, when you get a whole level worth of experience just by talking to a guy that is 5 meters away from you, it makes the whole leveling up process feel a little bit underwhelming. I mean, leveling up doesn't feel important. When you achieve level 10, 15, 20, it doesn't feel like a milestone anymore. Because for example, if you are checking your skill tree and you can see that the next skill that you want is unlockable at level 15 and you are still at level 10, you're not scared anymore. Like you don't feel anxious to get to level 15 anymore, because you just get from level 10 to level 15 in a matter of minutes, literally. And so unlocking new quests, equipping new gear, and we are gonna touch the gear part in a while, doesn't feel as important anymore, because it's so rushed, and you sometimes also make a couple of levels at the time just by talking to some people following the main quest, which is a bit weird. I mean, I understand giving big rewards for story quests, but there's no need to split them and give rewards every time you speak to a person. It feels a little bit, stupid. And also main quests up until level 40 consisted of just killing a couple of mobs here and there, talking to some people, delivering some packages, and nothing more. They were completely unrelated to dungeons, world bosses, and PvP. They are completely unrelated, so they don't even feel impactful as far as the story goes. Again, I'm not hating on it, because in the same time, it's not mandatory that world bosses and dungeons are connected to the story, but you know, just saying. Then touching a little bit on the gear. So I've reached level 30 and I've realized something was wrong, because from level 1 to level 30 I haven't changed gear not even a single time. Yes, I've been stuck with the same clothes, same weapons up until level 30, and that's because also weapons that dropped from bosses were not fitting my character, so I couldn't even wear them or use them in any way. But yeah, I was a little bit confused, so I asked in the chat and these people were like, wow, didn't you know? They changed the whole gear process. You have to keep your level 1 gear up until level 40, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, and you have to upgrade it with some special items that they give you when you go forward with the story. And I was like, wait a second, where did they talk about this? How was I supposed to know all of this? And then they linked me to a YouTube video that actually went a little bit into the details of what you need to do when you are a new player in Archeage Unchained, and I realized I basically fucked everything up because I sold my level 1 gear. I was doing secondary quests and this guy was like, hey, don't waste your time doing secondary quests because they are meaningless, and primary quests get you where you need to be. Also, I was going in the wrong areas because apparently there's a sort of a pattern that you have to follow to go in certain areas, and I think at level 30 you have to start going in the PvP areas, and I was still not there. I was level 40, I am level 40, but I'm still not in the PvP areas somehow. I didn't know what was going on, and it is a little bit confusing because this is a complete, it's not a small change, it's a complete overhaul of the gear system, because quests are not gonna give you gear anymore. You're not gonna have any option to choose between leather, cloth or armor gear. So you're gonna have to stick around with the level 1 gear up until level 30 or 40, I don't really remember exactly what the guy said, and you have to upgrade it with the tools that they give you as you do quests. Now, how are you supposed to know this? I have no idea, but now I'm basically screwed because the gear that I have now cannot be upgraded with those items that they gave me with the quests. So yeah, I really don't understand what's the deal behind this, because it was actually cool, you know, reaching level 15, having new gear, reaching level 25, having new gear to equip. I don't know, it felt rewarding. Now instead, I don't know, I'm not really a fan of this new gear system, but I'm guessing it's a change that they saw fit for their new version of Archeage. And I mean, I'm not hating on it, I just would have liked an explanation like, hey, watch out, keep your level 1 gear like you do in Blade and Soul, because you're gonna need it until level 40. Yeah, I would have appreciated a message like that. Because yeah, if you didn't know, in Blade and Soul you have to keep your level 1 gear because it's the main gear that is going to be upgraded up until the end of the game. But enough of that. I mean, that was a small rant, it's not even the biggest part of the game, but it's just another piece of the puzzle of confusion that is Archeage Unchained for me. But this is not the end, because considering that I fucked up my whole character, I decided to create a new one, a Warborn, one of the latest races added to the game, the one that can transform into a demon, like pretty badass stuff. So I decided to do it all over again and to keep my level 1 gear up until level 40. I decided to do it the right way, to follow this guy's tutorial and to see where it would lead me. And with my surprise, I noticed that different races gain their mount, pets and weapons at different levels, and quests are completely different. Meaning, yeah, I knew that quests are different, but I'm talking about rewards. The timing of the rewards is completely different, and I don't remember it being this way in the old Archeage. I remember all races having the mount at the same level, the companion pet, the battle pet at the same level, the new gear at the same level, but now the Warbound, I have no idea. I was level 22, I guess, when I got my battle pet that was level 25. So my battle pet was higher level than me. That's a bit counterintuitive, isn't it? Same thing with the Warbound. Now I'm at level 30. I already got some parts for my new glider, which I didn't get with my main character that is level 40. So I really don't know what's going on, and I think I'm trying to follow the game at the same pace, so story-wise, I mean, I know where I'm at, and the rewards don't match up. I've also noticed that the Warborn can actually get gear as a reward for some quests later on in the game, past level 30. There are some quests that you can actually choose between, you know, you can choose your weapon, your Nodachi, your magic staff and whatever. And this never happened with my other character, for example. So I don't know, I'm really confused. This whole game is confusion for me. And yeah, I get it, I'm a little bit confused, but nonetheless, this game has been a good surprise for me. I'm actually having a lot of fun. PvP is fun, the new class, the whatever, double sword guy, I don't know the name, it's actually very fun. I love all his skills, he's pretty fast, and I like the fact that most of his skills are action based, you know, it's less stab targeting than other classes. Now granted, his skills are a little bit glitched, including the very first skill that you get in the game, the one that is a sort of 3 combo attack. So on the third attack, your character will dash forward, but watch out, because this attack can fling you on the other side of the world. If you have the high ground on your opponent and you use that skill, on the third attack, you're actually gonna fly to the infinite and beyond. So pay attention for that. But apart from it, I've been actually having a lot of fun playing Archeage. Again, PvP, lots of fun, especially low level PvP. I don't know why, but going forward, it got a little bit harder. Everyone has so much CC and I don't, so they're pretty much kicking my ass. But apart from that, I'm loving it. But if I want to throw the final stone at Archeage Unchained, please get rid of the Arch Pass, I don't know how you call it, but get rid of it. It's fucked up. All the quests bring me to different locations that first of all I haven't been to yet, and secondly, even if I reach the location and I kill the creatures, the quest won't go up. The counter of the quest will still stay at 0. So please fix that or remove it, because honestly, doing those quests for this amount of experience of a level in the Arch Pass, it really doesn't cut it for me and for many other people, as I've read on Reddit. But please let me know what you guys think, because this is gonna do it for today's video. If you liked it, please click the like button, subscribe and leave a comment down below, and I will see you again in the next video.